1/14 scale Bonzai Buggy is turning out to be a very popular little RC car. Now, we took it out a couple of weeks ago, we did the review video, and I was actually pleasantly surprised with how well it performed. Now, there was quite a few comments from people saying it's really not worth the price that it actually is. You can actually pick up a WLTOYS 144001, which is exactly the same scale, and it does feature more metal components, it's faster out the box. But then I thought to myself, we need to be fair to this little buggy, it is brand new, and would it actually be a good platform to do a brushless conversion? Well, that's exactly what I've done today. I have done a brushless conversion on it, and we're going to take it out and see how it performs. So let's get straight into it. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at my brushless converted Bonzai buggy. Now, these little 1/14 scale buggies are really starting to get popular now. A lot of YouTubers are covering them. A lot of people are saying that you're better off getting a 144001 because it does have more metal components. It's also quicker out the box. But I think we need to be fair to the little buggy. It is a brand new platform, and I do think it's got a lot of potential, which is why I have done a brushless conversion on it. And we're going to take a look at that in a moment. Now, before we take a look at the buggy, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest RC content. I've got a huge amount of stuff coming up on the channel, and you're not going to want to miss out. So let's not waste any more time. Let's take a look at my brushless converted Bonzai buggy. Right then, and here it is. Now, as you can see, I have made a few changes. The first noticeable one is the shocks. This is now running oil-filled shocks, and they have come off of a WLTOYS 144001. So we'll take a closer look under the body shell, because that is where a lot of the changes have been made. This thing is now brushless, and I've got a feeling this is going to be a crazy little buggy. Now, like I said, this little buggy is now running a brushless system, and I have gone for a 2440 6080 kV brushless motor. It is quite small, as you can see, and that has actually come out of my SG1603 conversion, but I think it's going to do the job absolutely fine. We are using the stock gearing as well, and I don't think we're going to have too many issues with it. Now, when it comes to the ESC, I'm just using an ESC off of another cheap ready-to-run RC that I have featured on the channel. It was the ideal size to fit under the body shell on this little buggy, plus the fact that it had a port for the 3-wire servo that we've used. It just made sense, and I do believe it is 35 amps, and that should do the job absolutely fine on this little conversion. When it comes to the servo, the nice thing about this little buggy is it does have enough space to use a standard servo, and I'm just using an Electronics 9kg servo. And that is going to be more than enough for this little buggy. It is only 1/14 scale, so we don't need anything crazy. Now, yes, I could have used one of those Banggood specials, you know, those 25kg servos, but I think they're going to be, you know, overkill on a little buggy of this size. And finally, for the battery, I'm going to be using a 2200 milliamp hour 2S pack, and that is the pack that actually come with my WLTOYS 124019. And that's going to do the job absolutely fine. Now, just to let you know, I did have to remove some of the plastic off of the chassis there, just to make sure that that battery pack would fit. Now, this does come with a 1500 milliamp hour 2S lithium ion pack, but I wanted a little bit of extra power, which is why I've gone for a LiPo. So the first thing we're going to do today is a speed test. Now, we're going to see how fast this little buggy will go on the new brushless setup. On the stock setup, we managed to achieve 21 miles per hour, which isn't a bad little speed considering the size and the power of the stock electronics. 36 miles per hour, which is a really, really good improvement. Now, since we're here, we'll give this a quick grass test again. Oh, it's windy today. Right, we did exactly the same with the brush setup, and it did feel a little bit sluggish on the grass, but we have to remember this is a small buggy, and if you are intending to run on grass primarily, then a slightly larger model would probably be better suited to this surface. Well, it does feel a lot better. It's just so light that it just wants to flip all the time. The one thing I'd be worried about running on this sort of surface all the time would be heat. I mean, that tiny little 2440 motor is going to get real hot real quick running on the grass. So you may want to switch that out for a slightly larger motor. But the issue I faced was the size of the shaft for the pinion. I believe it's a 2.3mm shaft, and the larger brushless motor that I was going to fit into this, it wouldn't have fitted because of the shaft size to fit the stock pinion. So it is something to bear in mind. Now, the next thing we'll do is test this out on the dirt. Now, this isn't a huge space, but it will get the job done, and this is exactly where we filmed the initial video, the initial review video, so it'll be interesting to see how it gets on the same surface. Well, straight away you can tell there's not a huge amount of bounce now when it comes to the suspension system. That was one of the things that I really didn't like about the stock shocks. They were just a little bit too bouncy for my liking. But now we're running the WLTOYS shocks. This does feel a lot better. Now, this buggy being so light, oh, I've got a little wheelie there. Having all that extra power, I am having to feather the throttle a little bit, because if I just slam the power on, it's just going to keep spinning. Oh, I nearly hit the camera there. Now, the steering on this does feel a lot better compared to the stock setup. I believe that was running a 3.5 kilogram servo, and now we're running a 9 kilogram servo, and you can definitely feel how much more precise the steering is. Oh yeah, this little buggy's got a lot of power now. It's definitely more enjoyable than it was on its brush setup. But it is a lot more difficult to control because it is a very light little buggy. And having all that extra power is definitely making it more of a handful to try and keep in a straight line. I was looking last night, and there has been quite a few YouTubers now who have featured this little buggy on their channel, and in the comments section you see the same people mentioning the same things, and the main thing you notice is, oh, you shouldn't have got that buggy, or, you know, don't bother getting this, get the WLTOYS, the 144001. Not only is it cheaper, but it has more metal components. It's just an overall better buggy. Now, I do think if this buggy was priced a little bit cheaper, it would be, you know, much better competition for the 144001. And there we go then. So was it actually worth doing a brushless conversion on this little 1/14 scale buggy? Well, yes, absolutely, because as you see, we did gain some extra performance, especially in the speed test. We managed to achieve a 15 mile per hour increase over the stock electronics. And on a buggy this size, 36 miles per hour is a respectable little speed. Now, not only that, but the fact that we're now using oil-filled shocks, we've got an upgraded steering servo. Overall, the buggy does perform a lot better. Because this buggy is so light, it did feel a little bit twitchy at times. Now, compared to the 144001, which I have also done a brushless conversion on, because that had a little bit of extra weight, it did feel a little bit more planted compared to this little B416, but it was a lot of fun, and at one point we were even popping wheelies. On the grass test, just like with the stock electronics, the buggy did feel a little bit sluggish, and we have to remember it is quite a small buggy. If you're looking to primarily run on grass, you may be better off looking for something with a little bit more ground clearance, because I don't think that is the ideal surface to be running a buggy of this size on. Now, I think the main question a lot of people are going to be asking is, do you go for this or do you go for the very popular WLTOYS 144001? And it is a tough question, and it is a big decision that you have to make, because I really do like this little buggy, especially now it's running the brushless setup, and I am going to look at changing the ESC around as well. I really do think this is a great little platform. We need to give it a fair chance, and I think if you're looking for something a little bit different compared to the 144001, this is a very good little solid option to go for. And I really do think this would make for a good chassis for speed runs or other projects. I really do like this little buggy. If this was priced a little bit lower, I really do think it would be very good competition for the 144001. We have to remember the 144001 has been around for quite a while now. This is a relatively new buggy, and trying to get hold of parts is still going to be a little bit difficult, but I have no doubt this is going to get super popular and parts are going to be available everywhere. So we're going to leave the video there today. I really hope you enjoyed seeing this little brushless conversion in action. If you did, be sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know what you make of this little buggy. Do you think it is still a good option, or do you think the 144001 is still going to be the very best budget RC you can go for? Let me know in the comments section down below, guys. But apart from that, we're going to leave it there today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon on the next one. Take care.